During this video, if I look tired, my eyes look puffy, well, this is the reason. When the trees are fuzzing, my allergies don't do good. But now you know.
Mic. There we go. Or you wouldn't have any noise. So what are we doing?
We're hoping the bear will come in. The barrel wasn't hit last night, but they have been in here because it was hit just before that, and I freshened it up yesterday. But then the rain came, so we got rained out. And the barrel's still standing today, but we're out here trying to fill my second tag because where we are, we get 2 bear tags per hunter this year, and there are lots of bears around, so we'll just have to sit and let you know. Probably if we don't fill this one though, it will be the end of the spring hunt, and then but there is the fall hunt which opens on August 25th through till October 15th. So if I don't fill my bear tag tonight, my second one, it will probably be a fall bear.
Yeah.
But we'll keep you posted. Well, on our last sit, unfortunately, we did not see any bears. We've seen a few other critters, but the bears did not come in before dark, and we sat right through till last light. Had some raccoons come in, visit, entertain us for a little bit. Another one comes along, but they didn't get along too well. Everybody thinks raccoons are cute until you see them go after each other and want to scrap. I don't think we got any of the scraps on video, but as you can see, there's one up on the log there, and there's one by the barrel. Hello, everybody. I'm Greg from Two Old Guys with Crossbows.
And I'm Jason from Two Old Guys with Crossbows.
And our spring hunt, basically for 2021, has come to an end, and we just thought we'd do a little update where we're at. Here we are allowed 2 tags per hunter this year, which I said in my little thing last time in the blind, and we've filled 1 tag each, but it's not over yet. It's till June 30th, but Jason has to go back to the city again, which kind of puts an end to the hunt because I don't go out on my own, not because I'm afraid of bears, but as an old guy, it's really hard to drag a bear out of the woods myself. And it's the same with Jason. Like, we hunt together for a reason, and that's to help each other out. So you might want to fill them in, and what your plan is, or when we might be able to get back at this.
Well, August 30th, I'll be back here. I have other commitments pretty much for the rest of the summer. I mean, like, today is June 23rd, so there's 7 days actually left of the season. But, but this has been, okay, first time we have baited bears on our own. And it has been a fantastic learning experience. We've been successful, that's fine. But we've made a lot of mistakes. And one of the mistakes is, and for anybody watching this, if you're thinking of baiting bears on your own, don't use a pop-up blind. And for sure, don't leave your chairs in there with your cushions on it, because they eat them like marshmallows. You know, and filming, we have two sites, the south site and the north site. The north site, we've hunted 3 times. The first time we actually had a bear come in there, and because we'd never sat in that stand before, we found it was crowded and we didn't have it set up properly. So when the bear did come in, I honestly couldn't find it on the camera, and that's not, you know, so that site has to be reconfigured before fall.
Yeah, and I actually did have a shot at that bear when we were there. He was broadside, but again, I didn't have a proper range. We couldn't get it on the camera, and just he was in the bushes a bit, so there was a few variables where I decided not to take the shot because, like I said, one thing very important with crossbows is you need your proper range, or you're going to hit high, low, or even miss, or just wound the animal, and that's not what I do. I wanted him to come into the barrel, and I figured he was going to, but with all the noise and the commotion we had made, he decided to wait till after we left, and then came in shortly after we left.
Yes, very shortly after we left. The noise and commotion we were making was mostly arguing.
But at the end of bear season now, I'll be working on what I did for that north site is I actually made an elevated blind. We're sitting about 8 feet off the ground, but I need to the pad that I put on the top is a little cramped. It's only 48 by 67 and a half wide. And you get 2 chairs up there and camera equipment and crossbows, and then of course it's enclosed with pallets again. I made both our blinds out of pallets. They're free. I get pallets for free all over the place. You can get pallets all over, and you just screw them together. But I made the walls and I cut out some of the boards for shooting windows, and that's fine. You know, the thing is I have to extend the front out a bit, about, I don't know, 20 inches or so we have some more leg room, a little more room up there for the camera equipment and the tripods, and just to make it comfortable for a couple of old guys too. We get very sore sitting in that blind for a few hours because it's cramped and you can't stretch your legs out. But for young people that hunt out of tree stands and stuff, probably be great. Mm-hmm. But for a couple of old guys, it's just a little cramped, and I will work on it and get it worked. But that's our update basically for the 2021 bear season. We do have a fall season that opens August 25th, goes right through till October 14th. So we have lots of time to fill our tags, and we're also hoping that Nathan can join us, and he may want to get a bear this fall too. Mm-hmm. And if he does, well, we'll try to take him out to get a bear out there too. I don't want to overhunt the site, but there are a ton of bears there, and there are more bears all the time moving down from the north because the border's being closed, and that's the reason why there's 2 tags per hunter right now. There is an overabundance of bears in the area. But that's our update for now, so you may not see another bear video until the fall. And then of course we have whitetail. We find out at the end of the month if we get a moose tag. We have lots of plans. So stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe.
And it's not like we're going to be out of subjects to post videos on for the rest of the summer. I bought that Omega scope February, and so part of my plan is this summer. Bear season, we didn't bother just because it would take too much time to get it all figured out. But my plan this summer is to figure out the mounting of that site sighting it in on my Axiom. I didn't use my Axiom this spring. I used Greg's Assassin, uh, simply because the Axiom wouldn't fit in any of our blinds. You know, so that's to come. We've got a bunch of other ideas that we're going to be doing this summer.
Well, I'm hoping to get out and do some squirrel hunting, and well, we've got a lot of raccoons coming into those sites too, and taking the PCP air rifle out and doing some air rifle hunting, maybe even some pigeon hunting. I've looked at a few spots where I can do some pigeon hunts, but also we will be doing a full review and opinion on that
Omega
scope,
site.
that Omega site that Jason got. One of the things I'll tell you already is with the Omega site, he's contacted Omega and everything, and it keeps telling us in the book to press the OK button. Well, there is no OK button.
Yeah,
And it's
doesn't
trying to
exist.
figure out which button does what, and he sent emails to them, and nobody seems to be responding. So we're not impressed with that
No.
because we've got no response back from them, and that's not something you want to hear or see. Like, if you're going to have a company, you got to have good customer service.
Yep.
And I'm sure we can figure it out once we get that camera on the bow. But you know, why should we have to figure it out? It should be as simple as it should be right in the owner's manual. Which button is your OK button or your enter button for these things? So you're not fiddling around and going, well, that just kicked me out of there. Like,
Yep. And I've done that already.
and it's frustrating.
Yes.
So,
That was a frustrating part to that.
so Omega, if you happen to see this video, get your customer service and tell people where the button is.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, like, so it's not like we're gonna stop making content now and then pick up again in the fall, because we've got lots of things that we want to do this summer. I'm gonna be up at we have a trailer in a different location, and I'm gonna be up there a lot. So I plan on doing a lot of playing with the cameras. And on the subject of cameras, we one of the mistakes we made, or that was made, was make sure the little red dot is on when track a bear to the shooting location and everything, and get everything, zoom in, do all that stuff.
But make sure you're recording as you're doing it.
But make sure you're recording as you're doing it, because that didn't happen. And so,
Sorry.
so we, but I mean, like, we can see the red dots on now, so we know we're recording, and the microphone's tracking, so everything's working. But these little cameras, like, I am so in love with these little cameras. They take great video that, with a little bit of external mic, you have great sound quality. And so I'll be doing I plan on doing a lot of filming videography up there, and playing with it. And I've got a little surprise that I'm hoping I can have figured out before then, that's going to add to our videography as well. So no, I mean, we're not stopping. We're just not hunting bear anymore because the season's closing.
Yes, and for the time being.
Yeah.
Like, there's more bear hunting for 2021 for sure coming.
Yeah.
And we did find another camera. Jason had been looking at another camera which was quite expensive, close to $3,000 or whatever, with the larger aperture for low light conditions and stuff. And then as we were researching, or he was researching, he's seen that and it is a Vixia apparently, but it's the top of the line Vixia, but it's about half the price of the other camera. And a fellow did a review, and it has a wider aperture, low light conditions. One of the problems we have with this is we still have shooting light time, but the cameras are basically done.
Because we only have
they're
a
all
quarter
grainy
inch.
and everything,
Yeah.
because they just don't have the larger aperture
Yeah.
on these small ones. But this new Vixia, again, it's what was it, $1,200 or something?
Yeah, it's $1,200.
$1,200 Canadian, or I don't even know. That could be American.
No, it's
So-
Canadian.
Oh, that's Canadian?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a $1,200 camera, where these ones that we're using are only $300-400 cameras.
Actually, they're 250.
Or, yeah, 250.
So
But they're great little video cameras. Like, you know, it's just that when the end of day comes with deer hunting and bear hunting, and a lot of times the animals would like to come out just at last light, and the cameras. Well, in my very first bear hunting video, we had that problem, and you can see on the kill shot, all of a sudden it's just a big blur,
yeah,
because as soon as things started moving, the camera can't pick it up. It's just blurring things.
Yeah.
And that's what happens with these. Now, with the wider aperture, the fellow that did do a review on that, we were looking at that, and he was showing deer in a field. How many? It was quite a ways away, and it has 20 times zoom on
yeah,
it. And he zoomed right in on those deer, and he said he could barely see them with his own eye,
and yet
and yet the camera picked them up perfectly. So that we are really looking and hoping that we can come up with the money to upgrade to one of those cameras, at least one.
Yeah, at least one, and then, you know, because these cameras, you know, like these cameras, this Canon, like we use the 800 and what's yours, an 802 or something. I
Yeah.
can't remember.
What was the number of that one that we want to get? What it was?
That's the Canon Vixia AX11, and that's there's three levels, I guess, in the Vixia line. The what we have, the Canon Vixia HF 800 and its associate, and then the G50, and then the AX11, and how I got turned on to actually, I'll say it, I got turned on to the AX11 because I looked up Campbell cameras, and that's what they're recommending for their whitetail package, which is basically what we're filming. You know, bear, whitetail, mule deer, you know, maybe a moose, maybe an elk, but, you know, and so from there I started doing more research. But like, you know, we'll see. You know, I don't think we'll have it for the fall, but we might, and it all depends on a couple of things, and that's what we'll do. But also, I want to mention this: we are like a subscriber away from 500. We wanted to make 500 subscribers by the end of bear season, and I think we're gonna. You know, it might be a few days after, but you know, and we really appreciate all
Each
of
and
you.
every one of you.
Each and every one of you. We appreciate anybody who's subscribed to this channel and watch us two old fools crash around in the bush.
Well, and we, you know, we love it. We followed the chase the dollar, and we didn't hunt for a number of years, but we got back into it, and yes, our age is catching up with us. Plus, we're both out of shape.
Horribly out of shape.
But we are getting back in better shape doing
Yeah.
this, because we're out moving around and doing things more
Yeah.
than sitting on our butts at home. But, you know, and it just goes to show that you don't have to give up on what you love. You just have to do it at a slower pace.
Yeah, a slower pace.
There were days we could have been out bear hunting,
Yeah.
and we took days off because we were tired.
Yeah,
You know.
we were just overly tired.
But please, as I said before, like, share, and press that subscribe button, and hit the bell to get all notifications of all our videos, because there's lots more content to come, and I hope you are enjoying what you're seeing so far.
Anyway, thanks a
Bye
lot.
for now.